Hey, what's up guys, it's Frozen here and welcome to episode 3 of War Analysis. In this series, I tell you guys what's going through my head and the thoughts that I'm making throughout the entire race and what decisions I make because of those thoughts. Before we get into it, I'd like to talk a little bit about my Twitch and Discord because there's a lot of recent improvements I've done with them. The biggest improvement right off the bat is where newer players can ask more experienced players what they should do in certain situations if they had a really big problem with it and they don't understand what they need to do to move forward in it. The second thing will be involving my Twitch. I've recently decided allowing live VOD reviews of my Twitch subscribers, so yes, it is, you have to pay, but I will give you an in-depth analysis on the war you just played in front of everyone on my stream, and we'll have a lot of interactive talk, and sometimes I'll be adding my friend Chili along. Aside from those two major improvements, that's pretty much it. Let's get right into this war analysis. The first race I have to show you guys is a race on Peach Gardens that we played around a week ago, and there was a really nifty thing we did lap 2 that is very situational, and it can show how much shock is an important aspect of winning in wars. So right off the bat, you notice how I just drive through the boxes in first, and Russo aims for a 4th place box, so there's a good chance he can get triple shrooms in 4th. Our other two players end up sitting for boxes in 6th and 8th, so we actually control the box spread at the beginning of the race quite well for Peach Gardens, because most of the time when you get triple shrooms, you automatically win this race. Due to the important significance of mushrooms on Peach Gardens, you'll see that I go through the middle to hit 2 chain chomp boxes. This increases the likelihood of me getting a shroom by the time I get to the shortcut. If I don't do this, I only have 2 boxes by the time I get there, and if he just takes cut in first again, he automatically wins the race. I was told by one of my teammates that Lonnie ended up hitting a box in 5th place at the beginning of the race, so there was a pretty likely chance he had triple shrooms due to him not backing or even trying to get the chain chomp boxes previously. So you'll see that I'll end up driving behind him really tight without much worry because I have a good idea that he has shrooms in front of me. And here's where this lap 2 play comes in that I will actually let you guys watch with call before it actually happens to see if you guys can truly grasp what's going on, and then I'll explain it right after.
Watch this shortcut.
Yeah, super res behind you.
Shrooms.
First.
I fell off.
Are you last?
Yeah.
Call it.
Okay. Active shock!
Red lag.
Cause the guy
Nice,
person,
yeah.
he will just win. It's no.
Yeah, I know.
I got you too.
And that was the play. I hopped off, dodged shock, I got a 4th place box. I really lucked out, but it was a good play nonetheless. Russo got boxes in 3rd. We ended up shocking their 2nd place after the set, and we ended up TSing their player in 1st in the cut, but he ended up reversing into one of his shrooms, and then their bagger actually pushed their runner in 2nd out of the other shroom, so I get to hold my triple shrooms in 2nd. By this time, the race is pretty much over for me, and I have it guaranteed 1st. The reason I pretty much have a free 1st already is because I have triple shrooms, I just shroom away from Loney, and even if there's a blue, I dodge it, and then I can take cut no matter what. Even if I'm down to no shrooms afterwards, taking the cut will give me enough of a breakaway to guarantee 1st no matter what happens. While the race is finishing up in the background, I want to talk about how situational this play is. There's a good chance you'll actually never experience this type of play because of how situational MKW can be. There were so many little variables that needed to be taken into account for this to succeed. One of them primarily being Jazz staying in 10th when he used the first shock, so we have a better chance of getting a 2nd shock. 2 was me getting triple shrooms in 4th. 3 actually knowing that they have shrooms in 1st. And then lastly, making sure I hop off immediately instead of trying to delay it, and then if we delay it, he just automatically wins. I felt this race has good insight to how important certain calls can be in the spur of the moment. A lot of times you need to just take your gut instinct and actually make that play instead of thinking it through, and which is kind of counterintuitive in a sense because like you want to think about your plays and then make them so they're pretty much going to work, but there are instances in this game where you just need to take your gut and just do it. I think this race was very, very important to see that you can use shock in pretty much any way and see a lot of benefit out of it. Sadly, I don't have any more races that seem appropriate for this video. There is a War Lounge tournament on the 20th and 21st, and I will be streaming that the entire time on my Twitch and I will be linking that in the description along with my Discord. With those two things, you can stay updated with everything I do. And yeah, if you really enjoyed this content, please consider subscribing. You don't have to, but it's free, and you can always unsubscribe if you don't want to. And also share this to a couple friends that enjoy wars, because I think this shows a lot more light onto wars and see what you can do with shocks and just anything. It's the endless supply of what can happen in wars. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video.